Hey guys, this is the Voodoo Doll, and today I'm going to start teaching you how to use the tarot, in your magic. Now, I have videos on there telling you about what each card is and how to read card spreads and all that. This isn't really about this. This is about using tarot cards in your magic, and it's also about memorizing what each card is. Now, I think there are like 72, 74 cards in the deck, so I'm going to go through each one of them for you. It's important to know that the decks, while the meanings of the cards can be the same, and it is the same general meaning, sometimes the decks don't play that out well with their illustrations. You'll have some decks that are so eccentric that it doesn't portray the meaning in the artwork, if that makes sense. So you want to get a remedial tarot deck, something that has the traditional meanings on it. That way when you look at it, you're like, oh, okay. And then you can go for the lavish, really beautifully illustrated cards out there that are a little more artistic, have a little more artistic expression and aren't so traditional. Because some decks that I have, I cannot even tell what the card is supposed to be. If I wouldn't have known it already, I wouldn't have been able to tell. So the first card in the deck is going to be the Fool. So if you're using tarot in your magic, if I were to use the Fool card, I would say it would be doing work to try to either get someone to be aware of their surroundings or a situation, or I'm trying to blind someone to a situation and make them act like the fool. So the Fool card basically represents naivete, not weighing out all the risk, not looking at all the aspects. You can always think of the explanation, fools rush in. So when you're trying to memorize what the Fool card is, fools rush in, meaning take caution. I have some tarot decks where it is a person that's walking towards a hole and they're looking straight, and the hole is obviously there and everybody else on the planet can see it but them, because they have tunnel vision. They're not aware. And then here you have this woman walking, the dog is like, bitch, pay attention, danger ahead, and she's just beating her drum and she's not paying attention. And the little dog is trying to warn her that she's walking into danger. So when you're memorizing what the Fool means, think of that. Think of the little dog. The dog is telling you there's danger. He's trying to warn her something, and she's just beating her drum. So then what I do when I'm trying to memorize the meaning of a card, I start relating it to things in my life. So what I want you to do is every week when I teach you a new card, the Fool card, I want you to memorize what it means, and then I want you to start looking for scenarios and thinking, that's the Fool. If you are at a stoplight and you are noticing that maybe a person is on their cell phone and they're not looking where they're walking, imagine trying to walk across a crosswalk and the crosswalk is blinking and telling you not to walk, but they walk out there because they're looking at their cell phone. They just step off the curb and start walking. I want you to think that's the Fool. That way you can start picking it out, and you'll memorize all 72, 74, however many cards like this. And when you start doing spreads, it'll be super easy for you to do readings for yourself, because you'll know exactly what each card means, and then you can start reading them into relation to each other, almost like a movie. But that's a different subject, different video. So the Fool card, another example of the Fool would be, let's just say 90 Day Fiance. Everybody on there, the Fool. Sending money to somebody in a different country that you've never met, and you're going to marry this person, you've never seen them before, and you've only had conversations on Snapchat. Your girlfriend is going on a date with someone who says he's a Nigerian prince that she met on Tinder, and he won't ever talk to her on Zoom or FaceTime or anything to where she can see him. She's only had conversations with him, and then when they're supposed to meet, he tells her that he's in the hospital and he needs her to send him $500. Your baby daddy said he was going to change 17 times, and you keep taking him back, and now you have 4 kids by him, and he's not paying child support, and you continue to sleep with him. So those are some scenarios. I want you to start memorizing things like that, the Fool. So when you memorize the Fool, and when you start to do your own workings, you'll be able to use this card. So if I'm trying to draw awareness to a situation, let's say that I know that somebody is cheating on someone, and say I'm trying to bring about awareness to this woman that her partner is being unfaithful, and say I'm doing like a mind opening spell or road opener spell or something like that for this individual to be aware of their surroundings and know what's going on in their life, then I would represent her as the Fool. And I would do my working around this card, because this card represents her. She's the Fool. And so I would be, you know, saying my ritual, doing my candles or whatever, and I'm trying to enlighten the Fool. So that's what I would do in that scenario. If I was trying to make someone be stupid, or make someone be completely oblivious to an attack I'm trying to make, or maybe a working I'm doing with the client, and I need this person to kind of be blind for a little bit, then I would represent them with the Fool. They may not be the Fool, but I need them to be. So we know what this card embodies. I need this person not to see this attack coming. I need this person not to see that their wife is trying to leave them because they're super abusive, and she needs to be able to get away, have some time to save some money and get away before she can just completely leave and announce that she's leaving. So I need to cloak my actions. So I'm going to use this card as the Fool to represent what I need my target to be. Not what they are, but what I want them to be, the characteristics that I need them to have, so that I can do my working and be cloaked in darkness. So that is the gist of how we're going to go through this. I'm going to give you each card, and then I'm going to give you what it means, and then I'm going to give you scenarios or examples of that card in real life. And then I want you to go about your life and start looking for examples in your life and think that's the Fool right there. And you will get it by association. And by the time we get through the whole entire tarot deck, you should be able to start giving readings for money, because you'll know every single card and exactly what it means. And when you lay out your spread, you'll be able to tell exactly what it's meaning in relation to what your client is asking you, or what you are asking the cards themselves. You'll be able to see it in 3D, because you know fully from your own life experiences, by drawing experiences every day of examples of these tarot cards, what it means, and you'll be a better reader for that. So that is the first card, and I will see you in the next one.